Today, the music world wakes up to heartbreaking news. An unmistakable bassline has fallen silent. A Manchester icon, a Manchester pioneer, a man whose groove shaped an entire generation, has left us forever. Manny Mounfield, the beloved bassist of the Stone Roses and Primal Scream, passed away on the 20th of November, 2025, only days after celebrating his 63rd birthday. His death comes just 2 years after the loss of his wife, Imelda, a tragedy that left fans and friends devastated. The news of his sudden passing has sent shockwaves through Manchester, the United Kingdom, and the global music community. Tributes began pouring in instantly. From fellow musicians, from fans, from those who grew up on the anthems Manny helped create. The world has lost more than a musician. It has lost a heartbeat, one that pulsed through the very soul of British alternative rock. Biography: Manny Mounfield was born on the 16th of November, 1962, in Crumpsall, Manchester. Raised in a working-class environment, Manny grew up surrounded by the sounds of the city, the hum of the streets, the rhythm of youth culture, the heartbeat of a generation preparing to redefine music forever. He attended Xaverian College in Rusholme, where his love for music started quietly but burned fiercely. While his school days were not long leaving at 16, his dreams ran far beyond any classroom. He developed a love for darts, a passion he would carry alongside his music career for decades. By the late 1980s, Manny's destiny was sealed. Manchester was erupting with creativity, chaos, and culture, the era that would soon be known as Manchester, and Manny would become one of its most important figures. The rise with the Stone Roses. In 1987, Manny joined the Stone Roses, a decision that would forever change the landscape of British music. With Ian Brown, John Squire, and Rennie, Manny completed a lineup that would become mythical. His bass lines were not just rhythm, they were the foundation of an entire movement. Warm, melodic, hypnotic, the backbone of songs that millions still sing today. He played on both of the band's studio albums, including their self-titled debut, widely regarded as one of the greatest British albums ever recorded. On stage, Manny was electric. Off stage, he was the most loved member of the band. Funny, kind, approachable, and deeply loyal. Even during the band's split, he was considered the one most open to reunion dreams. His use of the paint-splattered Rickenbacker bass, inspired by Jackson Pollock, became iconic, a visual symbol of the Roses' creative rebellion. Primal Scream, a new era. After the Stone Roses disbanded in the mid-1990s, Manny found a new home and a new musical family with Primal Scream. From dance rock to psychedelia to raw rock and roll, Manny adapted effortlessly. His contribution to Primal Scream helped define albums, tours, and the sound of an entire era of British underground rock. He once said that Primal Scream was one of the only 3 bands he'd ever join. The others, Oasis and the Jesus, and Mary Chain. That was the kind of musician he was: selective, passionate, loyal to the sound he believed in. Through the 2000s, Manny's career flourished DJ sets, touring with Ocean Color Scene, guest appearances, collaborations. He remained one of the busiest and most respected figures in the scene. In 2011, in a moment fans had dreamed of for years, Manny announced he was leaving Primal Scream to reform the Stone Roses. Manchester rejoiced. Music history repeated itself, and Manny returned to the band that made him a legend. Other work and appearances: Manny's career was rich and diverse. He had a guest role in the film 24-Hour Party People, a tribute to the Manchester scene he helped shape. He joined a supergroup, Free Bass, alongside Andy Rourke of The Smiths and Peter Hook of Joy Division and New Order, 3 bass icons in one project. He performed at the Manchester vs. Cancer event, showing his commitment to charitable causes. He appeared as a celebrity guest at the World Darts Championship, a nod to his lifelong love of darts. He remained a beloved figure across festivals, TV appearances, and charity gigs. Wherever he went, Manny was greeted with love. Personal life: away from the stage, Manny was a devoted husband, father, and proud Mancunian. During the long and intense recording of Second Coming, he met the love of his life, Imelda. The two married and welcomed twin sons, the joy of their lives. He supported Manchester United but often joked that he was Mancunian Irish, raised to support Ireland passionately. In November 2023, heartbreak struck when Imelda passed away from cancer. Manny was devastated, yet he channeled his grief into supporting cancer charities and helping families facing similar battles. He lived for more than 3 decades in Heaton Moor, Stockport, where neighbors knew him simply as Manny, the friendly local legend. In 2019, he received the Maid of Athy Award in his mother's hometown in County Kildare, a moment of pride and heritage. Cause of death: Gary Manny Mounfield's passing was sudden and tragic. On the morning of the 20th of November, 2025, Manny collapsed at his home in Heaton Moor. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but despite all efforts, he could not be revived. His brother Greg confirmed his passing publicly, sharing emotional words and expressing that Manny is now reunited with his beloved wife, Imelda. His death shocked the music world, coming so soon after the loss of Imelda, and at a time when fans hoped to see him return to public life. Awards: Musso Awards, Best Bass Guitar, 2005. Musso Awards, Musso's Musso, 2005, with Primal Scream. NME Godlike Genius, 2007, with Primal Scream. Legacy and Impact: Gary Manny Mounfield's legacy can only be described as monumental. His basslines were more than notes, they were movement, momentum, soul. His playing defined the sound of Manchester. His influence shaped countless musicians across rock, indie, and dance rock genres. Manny had the rare ability to make a song feel alive. He was the pulse beneath the melody, the heartbeat behind the anthem. His kindness, warmth, and down-to-earth spirit made him not only a respected musician, but a deeply loved human being. Manchester lost a hero. Britain lost a music pioneer. The world lost a gentle, generous soul. But his music, the songs he crafted, the basslines he gave life to will echo forever. Net worth: exact figures were never publicly confirmed, but estimates place Manny's net worth in the $1 to $3 million range, based on decades of touring, royalties, reunion performances, and collaborations. He lived a modest, grounded life, one defined more by love, music, and family than financial luxury. Emotional tribute. And so today, we say goodbye to Gary Manny Mounfield, a man who helped score the soundtrack of youth, a man whose basslines made the world move, a man whose smile lit up stages and hearts, a man who survived tragedy, shared love, and gave music everything he had. His legacy is carved into the walls of Manchester, into the soul of British rock, into every fan who felt the earth shake beneath a Manny bassline. Though his voice has quieted, his rhythm will never fade. He walks now with Imelda. He rests now, in peace. But his music, his spirit, lives on forever. Rest easy, Manny. Thank you for everything.